On the docket tonight, the Suitcase murder trial out of Orange County, Florida. Here's the story of Sarah Boone.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
It's Monday, February 24th. There's a crisis at the home of Sarah Boone, prompting her to call 911.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send a line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
The fire department takes over the call, and for the next few minutes, officials are obtaining critical details about what happened.
No, tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a suitcase and we were playing. And like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he was dead in the suitcase, so I don't know what happened.
Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Fire and rescue instruct Boone on how to give chest compressions.
Just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, man, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
EMS arrived within minutes and advised Boone that her boyfriend, Jorge Torres, had been down too long and there was nothing more they could do. Boone explained she and Torres were drinking the night before and thought it would be funny if he got inside of a suitcase for a game of hide and seek. The next day, deputies returned and arrested Boone and charged her with second-degree murder in Torres' death. Boone's story about a childhood game gone awry unraveled when investigators say they found video on her cell phone showing Boone taunting and laughing at Torres while he was struggling to get out of the suitcase. Police say he was yelling he couldn't breathe and asking Boone for help. According to police, Boone was captured on video saying, "That's what I feel like when you cheat on me." When confronted with the video, officers say she told them she didn't remember those moments. But to investigators, those moments add up to motive for second-degree murder.
All right, this defendant has several problems, and it begins with the video of what happened as Jorge is locked inside this suitcase. Also, her reaction to the whole thing and the delay in calling authorities. A lot to get through. Let's bring in our think tank. Still with us, Eklund Mercy, Nima Rahmani, Kirk Nurmi. Kirk, put us in the room here. So Sarah Boone, let's just say, for instance, she's out on bond and she walks into your office. What do you want to know from her? What are you going to say to her with this type of evidence that exists?
So I'm trapped again, Vinny. I can't run away. I would be looking for any plea deal I could get, right? Because the evidence is so overwhelming. And like Nima's probably going to tell us, this is a case where a prosecutor doesn't need to offer a plea deal. He could, anybody could try this case in like 2 days and garner a conviction, right? It's surprising it's not first-degree murder. So she would be best served keeping her mouth shut and trying her best to take any plea offer she can get.
Eklund Mercy, I want to play for you 16 seconds of the video of Jorge trapped inside of that suitcase. Again, folks, it's disturbing because we know what happens. He never gets out alive. But take a look at it and then tell me how you think her defense team will explain this video to the jury.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do and you choke me.
Sarah.
Okay. And the jury's waiting to hear from you, Eklund.
Oh, I'm not taking this case.
No, not that you have to take the case, but there's going to be a defense. There's going to be a defense. What on earth, how are they going to explain that video?
The only way I can see is if you may try to do voluntary manslaughter, meaning that she had some type of relapse from the moment he was cheating and then had the opportunity immediately when he was in the in the suitcase. But even that would kind of fall because this man is dying, and legitimately all she had to do was run the zipper up. So that's going to be really hard to be able to talk to the jury that all she had to do was take the zipper. She's the one who placed him in there, had to zip him up in there, and all she had to do was unzip him. And the first thing she said when she called 911 is that my boyfriend is dead. So that assumes that she already knew he was dead. So I don't see, the only thing is maybe temporary insanity. That's the only thing that I could see. That's it.
All right, Kirk Nurmi, how will the prosecution explain how he got in the suitcase? Because there has to be some level of voluntarily getting into the suitcase. I mean, it's not easy unless she has a gun and she forces him in, but I don't think there's any evidence of something like that. How do you explain him getting in there? Because it seems like he would have to be in on it and say, hey, lock me in the suitcase.
Well, I don't know that they have to fully explain that. I mean, it could have been hide and seek. She could have tricked him into it. They could have been a joke. Hey, could you fit in here? Whatever it is, that's probably a very small issue in this case, because as Eklund just said, we see her there. He's in this suitcase. She's taunting. She's laughing. All she had to do was unzip the suitcase. So how he got there, it's a question of maybe that's why they didn't charge first-degree murder, because maybe they didn't have evidence that she placed him in there with the intent or enticed him in there with the intent of killing him. But that's really the only issue that I see there. The prosecutor, that's going to be a sub-issue. It's going to be that video is going to convict her as quick as can be.
Nima, do you think it's at all an issue for the prosecution? The fact that, there has to be some level of cooperation going on here.
Sure, and Vinny, we've seen a lot over several decades, especially out of Florida. I've never seen anything like this. But ultimately, even if he consented to being trapped in the suitcase, there was no consent for him to be in there, especially overnight, and have her open it up at 11 a.m. So I agree with Kirk and Eklund here. Really, the only play for the defense here is some sort of manslaughter. You can go voluntary, heat of passion, or involuntary, but it's going to be very tough when you MacGyver a paperclip to zip him up. You leave him there for hours and hours, and ultimately you taunt him as well. So very tough if you're the defense attorney. You walk into the DA or the county attorney there and you beg for a manslaughter deal. They're not going to give it, and you maybe try to beg and plead for the jurors to give you one. Not going to happen. This is going to be another easy conviction.
All right, we've got a trial date, folks. Take a look on the screen. All right, we've got a pretrial hearing November 30th, a trial date December 13th. Let me tell you, as a prosecutor, I never wanted to try a case in the middle of December, right on the eve of the holidays, because sometimes jurors are a little more giving and forgiving that time of year. But we'll see. December 13th, Florida versus Sarah Boone.